What's going on? It's time again for the top 10. It's finally time to talk about the good stuff that we love, which is comics, and we love you guys, and we love giving stuff away. First off, I'm Shawn.
This is Drew.
Yes, he is Drew. And this is our top 10 for the week of 4/27, last week of April.
Yes,
last week of April. It's been a really good year so far, especially this last month.
It feels like it's just December. We just started doing this.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So we just hit 3,000 subs. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Everybody that's been liking and commenting on the videos and sharing the videos out to your favorite groups or Instagrams or wherever you want to share it at, it helps a lot. To win my top 10 comics this week, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment your like number with a little comment. You think I'm an idiot, you think you like Drew's picks, you like my picks. I love you guys to hear what you're reading, what you're looking forward to. Makes you super happy. Again, it's like super nice out today. Here we're in Indiana.
Perfect weather.
It's like
today.
80 degrees.
Perfect.
I want to go home and be in my pool, but I'm not. I'm here with this guy, and we're doing top 10 books for the week. So let's get started, man. Now, these are in order 10 to 1, and we're going to talk about some really cool stuff. Brzrkr foils and other stuff coming up. I'll let you know what's going on with those.
So
okay?
real quick before we start, my top 4, it was so razor thin.
Ooh,
razor thin.
man.
Like honestly, my top 4 could be interchangeable. It was just 1A through D.
So the only difference is I base mine a lot more on speculation. Keys will make it in there. Even if I don't really like the story, I'll still put a key in there. Whereas Drew, just pure story, really.
Pure story. Yes, I want a good read.
All right, number 10.
Number 10, got my first curveball for you.
Oh, one of your Kickstarters or Indiegogos came in. All right, talk about what is it?
Death Shroud.
Death Shroud.
Through Indiegogo.
Okay.
I opted for the 2 variant covers by Ryan Stegman
Nice.
and Kyle Hotz.
Try to show those up closer to the camera.
There
man.
we go.
Here, I'll hold up one.
There we go.
So this one is the
That's
Hotz for
Yep.
sure.
And this is Stegman right here.
Okay, those are pretty solid.
Yes.
So what the hell is this about?
So if you like Spawn, Darkness, you'll love this. Or Venom.
Shrouds of Death.
Shrouds of Death.
If you like
Yes.
Shrouds of Death.
Death is involved and involves maybe the kin of Death.
Oh, okay.
Who inherits a mantle and he wants revenge on those who killed his mother. And there's a conspiracy going on between heaven and hell.
Oh man.
The art is awesome. It's action packed. I think it's John Delarose. Kane White did the interior artwork in this. It is beautiful. And I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to give one of these away. Give this gift for you.
Oh, snap.
As a giveaway later on.
Oh, man. So I'm going to read it before I give it away, though.
Yes.
I have my grubby fingerprints all over it. That's awesome, man.
Let you pick which one.
Awesome. Appreciate that, man. Very cool. Well, thank you, Drew, for donating that to the giveaways for this this episode. That's really cool. Now you really got to like it. Like it right now. Pause it, like it, go comment your like number so you don't miss out.
You can get on Indiegogo. It's in demand. I got these in a week. It came right away.
Okay, so if you remember when we're done, we'll try to put the link in the description below if you want to go to Indiegogo and support it. Okay. All right. So Superman. I like it. Superman's he's losing his powers. Jonathan's worried his dad's gonna die. We know he gets sucked away to War World because of Future State.
Yep.
You see War World. There's a very cool intro.
Oh, it's awesome.
Really cool intro. This guy makes an offering to Mongol, which is really cool. But yeah, it made my number 10, and this cover is really cool too. I really like it. You know, Crypto to Superboy, kind of it's Tedesco cover. Really liked it.
The interior artwork is beautiful in this too.
It is really good. Yeah, the story's good. I'm interested in Superman again. I'm interested in Action Comics, and this is resonating throughout all the Superman books.
Yes, it is.
So really cool. They're keeping it up. All right, number 9. Number 9.
Spawn.
Yep. I got Batman, Superman. Okay, go ahead.
So it's pretty much continuing on from the previous issues. For me, I had a lot of fun reading this. It's just a pure action-packed slobber knocker fight that keeps going.
Yeah.
But we get a twist in Spawn. We see his power. Maybe his power is diminishing a little bit as he's getting weaker.
Yep.
And we get a little twist on who's in that underneath layer and what he may be doing with certain creatures that have come underneath there as well. Maybe some things weirding up. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Things are going to get weird.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It just didn't. It was in my middle books.
Yeah,
it wasn't a skip in my middle books. It just, to me, there were there were more solid books. But yeah, Spawn's really good. Batman Superman. So there's first appearance in this. Nobody kind of thought that was going to happen. There's a first appearance. It's a villain. Doesn't seem like he's going to be a major character or a major player, but it's a first appearance. And I just love, it's so unique. The art is so unique. It's told in such a unique manner. You're still not really sure what's going on, but it's really freaking cool. God, the variant to this is it's really good, but I just picked this cover because to me it was just a little more solid. I really, really like this. This is my number 9 pick, guys. I really liked it. Highly advise you pick this one up this week. You will not regret it. Really good.
Maybe a little bit later in my list.
Okay, very cool. All right, so number 8.
X-Men Legends, number 3.
Okay, that you go ahead and start. This was also in my middle of the ground, middle of the road books, and I have Department of Truth number whatever we're on.
8.
Number 8, yes, the Ocho.
So this was, I mean, it's called back to the 90s. Well, more or less a callback to the 80s, actually.
Yeah.
This got the Simonsons back on the X Factor.
Really good.
Yes, Walt is kicking butt in the art. Luis is doing a great job with the story.
Jean Grey has curves again, as I mentioned in the other video.
Yeah,
yes.
we get Karen Hodge getting his head lopped off. And
we get to see how that happened.
Yeah, and
Angel
ship is going crazy, and maybe trying to kill the X Factor, and maybe another mysterious character in play who's controlling the ship and doing this. It's a good mystery. It's fun. I had fun with this.
I liked it too. It was great.
Yeah,
I really liked it. Department of Truth. Wow, James Tynion is not slowing down. This just gets better and better and better and better and better. I picked the Scotty Young cover because it's
Scotty?
It's so unique to see a Scotty Young cover on a book like this. It's
wow.
This is so good. I didn't understand the intro part at all. A little frustrated. And then I read the rest of the story and I was like, went back, reread the intro part and loved it. Like, yes, a book that makes me think a little bit, but it's not too complex. There's reward. You have your movies you like to watch again and again and again, and they just get better. And we quote movies all the time here, the Ocho, right? Like that's from Dodgeball, right? Dodgeball, yeah. So this is one of those books you go back and read it, and you're like, yes. I went back and reread the trade to the first 5 issues because it was so good. I was like, I got so much more out of it reading it for the second time. Department of Truth just gets better and better and better and better, guys. I can't wait for the movie size TV series or whatever this is going to be. It's going to be so good. This would be a great Twilight, X-Files, Twilight Zone type TV series. Oh man, I can't wait. Okay, next 7, right?
Yep, and I had Department of Truth. There we go.
Oh man, go for it.
Yes. So
you've never picked Department of Truth before?
No, I haven't because I never really read it because I had preconceived notions about it. I had a feeling that I wouldn't like it.
Okay.
But I jumped straight in on this issue.
Okay.
And I felt like I came in on a good point.
Yes, it is a good point.
And it really is a great mystery, and it ties up with what happened in previous issues, what a group tried to do. I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah, you go back and read that issue, you'll be like, whoa.
Yes.
So the premise behind Department of Truth, not to make this a Department of Truth episode, the whole thing, but the more people believe a conspiracy theory, it starts to become reality.
Yes.
And the Department of Truth is there to stop that from happening. But what if it is true, and it's ran by John Wilkes Booth?
Yeah, and you get
not John Wilkes Booth. I'm sorry. It's ran by Lee Harvey Oswald, the guy who killed Kennedy. Yeah. Super good.
Yeah, and we get I guess the introduction on a certain facility, a certain airport, which
Denver.
I was waiting on that. Like, I don't know too much about that airport. I need to look into that to see if
the conspiracy is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
But then we see the guy who may be behind the whole thing. Apparently, who's behind keeping America straight. But,
it's super good.
Yeah, it's a fun read.
They introduce a character in this one.
Bill Sienkiewicz cover with this one.
Oh yeah, you into this Sienkiewicz cover?
Yep.
Okay, so Beta Ray Bill. The story is great. I was a little worried when Scourge showed up because Scourge is one of those badass characters. It's also a clown, right? He's a goofball, but he's a badass goofball. Like he's an Asgardian who likes guns.
Yes,
you know what I mean. But that's
as far back as Simonson, Walt Simonson, he's always loved guns.
True to his character.
Yeah.
But it worked out really well. It really worked. It just worked. The whole thing works. This is how Marvel. Thank you. Thank you. This is how you do a comic book. The character is evolving. He's becoming more likable. He's having internal struggles. We're privy to those struggles. We can relate to those struggles. This is so well done. The art is fantastic.
I got more. I got more to say on that. Trust me. I'm going to be
So,
piggybacking off you a lot
yes,
on
I
that issue.
love this.
Yes.
This is fantastic. Okay, next.
Number
What are we on?
6.
6.
Erratic.
All right,
Number
so
5.
this was in your maze, right?
Yeah, it was in my mess. Yeah.
Okay, so Nuclear Family. All right, Stephanie Phillips. I blew her up for the Harley Quinn.
Rightfully so.
It's a pile of crap. Almost 4 pages in a coffee shop. Like, can the story move forward a little bit? This is good pacing. I don't know if it's DC's, maybe it's DC's fault that the pacing is so bad in Harley Quinn. She knows how to pace a story. I mean, she has like a freaking PhD in writing or some shit, right? Like, she knows how to write a story. I don't have a PhD in writing. I don't.
But writing a story is very different than writing a comic book story. There's got to be pacing. There's got to be certain pacing.
But to me, this is perfect. This is perfect. From issue 1 to issue 3, we have mad character development.
Mm-hmm.
The world is evolving. The characters are evolving. They're put in these situations that we're familiar with, and then they're put in terrifying situations where you try to think about how would we react in this situation, and you don't really know what's happening, and then you kind of think you know what's happening, and then at the end, you're introduced to this whole crazy thing where you're like, what? Like, what are those? Are those what I think they are? And you're like, wow, I cannot wait. Every issue, I can't wait for the next one. To me, this story just keeps getting better and better. And it's in direct contrast to the garbage book that is Harley Quinn. I hate that comic. I hate it. The art is terrible. The storytelling is super slow and boring. This is the opposite. So I don't know if it's her fault or if DC is, because sometimes I've known many artists that have said, oh man, I see a cover from theirs and I'm like, this is crap. And then I'll talk to them about it later. And they're like, I didn't want to put it out either, but they made me change this, maybe change that, maybe change this, maybe change that. At the end, I didn't even want to put it out because I wasn't even proud of that cover. I was embarrassed by that cover, but it still gets put out and it still has their name on it. I don't know if DC is making her slow down the writing or make it written for a child or whatever, but this is a very well-written adult story. I love it. I can't say enough more about it. As terrible as Harley Quinn is, this is the opposite of goodness of that horribleness. Okay, you're at it. Go for it.
Like you said, it has one heck of a curve.
Have a curve, yeah.
Yes.
And you did mention this. That curve does have the potential to kind of ruin everything.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. I just don't see it. I don't see it taking that turn. Yeah. I really don't. They're still in this wasteland, crazy time. They've traveled through time clearly. It's nuts. Yes. Okay, so go for it.
So Erratic, Carrie Andrews, he's written this. He's drawn this whole series, only 5 issues. And this one made me laugh multiple times throughout. I had a lot of fun reading this.
Now, honestly, I haven't read Erratic at all yet.
It's pretty much, I guess, AWA's take on a Spider-Man character. Okay. He's got superpowers, but only for 15 minutes. Okay. Yes. So this issue had a great subtext about fitting in and joining the herd or the mob, but done very creatively with these masks that take control of people.
Okay.
It's like, that's very clever of Carrie. He's a much better writer than I thought he was.
Okay.
Very clever, yeah. And there's a great line in here I really loved, which is so damn true and goes against everything about the message of the Captain Marvel movie. Because I did not like that movie. It is, the greatest power is restraint. Whereas the Captain Marvel movie was pretty much the opposite of that.
Yeah. Don't tell me to control my emotions.
Exactly. Yes. Greatest power is restraint.
We all need to control our emotions. Yes. It's called being an adult.
Exactly.
It's called having emotional intelligence.
There are some great fight scenes, some very true heroic moments. He saves the girl. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert. But great heroic moments. You know, you like the Spider-Man comics. Very fun. Solid recommend.
Okay, maybe I'll get the trade when it comes out. Sounds good.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the next one. 6.
5.
Okay, 5.
Shadow Man.
Oh, I didn't even bother reading it.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I'll start crossover.
Yeah.
Yes. They finally get inside the dome. There's another huge twist at the end of this. I didn't think I could be impressed by this series again. And another oh shit moment where you're like, holy crap. There's a beautiful splash page when they first enter the dome, and they're in the dome where all the heroes are fighting. It's mostly Image characters, of course, but there's some great ones in there. A couple surprises show up in there and help them out along the way. Huge twist at the end. I love the book. My biggest complaint about it is it's too short. It's too short. I want more. This is issue 6, I think it is. And they probably could have taken these 6 issues and made them 4 issues. I don't feel like I get enough comic, a lot of ads at the end, and it's like, come on, man, like, don't give me another ad for Donnie's podcast. I want more story. I want more Donnie. Like, I love this book. So anyway, I'm a huge fan of it, and this cover by far is the best. Eric Larson's cover. Yes, these characters are both on the splash page. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He's punching her in the hoo-ha. Anyway. Okay. Go for it. Shadow Man.
Shadow Man, number 1. This issue was a very pleasant surprise because I was expecting serious cringe from reading this. I was not going to read this at all. Period.
I've given up on Valiant, so
but
that's why I haven't read it.
This issue was just simply fun. So, in a nutshell, Shadow Man, if you don't know, he's the protector of our world and the veil that keeps the dead world hidden from us. He keeps the bad guys in the bad world.
Okay.
And certain wealthy people in this story are trying to cross over and take away that veil, which is not good for our hero because he's trying to keep them away. So, but the art in this by John Davis Hunt is terrific. It's fantastic. It's horrific. It's like Swamp Thing horrific, if not more. And Cullen Bunn does a great job setting up the world, the rules, and the players. For
Cullen writes this?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Okay.
He did a great job setting up the world and everything. You don't need to know anything going into this. It's terrific. Yeah. He kept it simple and stupid. Follow the KISS method. It's fantastic. Right. High recommend.
Okay. Maybe I'll give it a shot.
Oh, come on.
Okay, maybe I will. Woo, man, now we're getting into the big books. Ooh, Robin. Okay. I'll start. So this is a huge key. It's a big key. It's a huge key. It's a big key. It's a huge key. There's a major new bad guy showing up, and then there's another major bad guy cameo at the very end. It's a huge key. This is the Bagley Skyline variant. If you're collecting the Skyline variants, you have to get it. If you're not collecting the Skyline variants, start collecting the Skyline variants. You're going to start seeing these all over conventions. People love to try to get all the signatures from all the people on it. We've done many of them, try and get signatures on them.
This is a small, simple Skyline
compared
to the others.
Yeah, but wow, just so good. So good. Huge key again. Try to pick up the ratios, get the books, get the variants, go buy it. I love it. Was a really good story. I am not reading Miles Morales. I do not read Miles Morales. I don't give a crap about Miles Morales. A lot of you guys do. That's awesome. I love this book. I haven't read Miles Morales in 25 issues, and I love this one. I feel like I could jump right in. I could get everything that happened in the past. I didn't miss anything. Really cool. Somebody else shows up in there who's named Spider-Man. Really shows up in there, which is really cool too. Really liked it. Robin, go for it.
Robin, number 1. First off, the art, and this is by Melnikov, is
it's
fantastic.
So good. It's so good.
So I decided his art is like a merger between Greg Capullo, a dash of Matt Wagner, and some Ryan Stegman. It's like all 3 merged together.
We analyze the shit out of that.
Yeah. Which is great because I love all 3 artists.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
The story is pretty simple. Mortal Kombat or Enter the Dragon, but with Damien.
Yes, pretty much. But it works.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Totally works.
And the ending to this, holy crap. That's not coming. I'm not going to spoil anything. It is a fun read. Get this.
So I got Robin coming up. It's higher in mine. Okay. Huge
but like
key.
I said, my 1 through 4, it's like
super close. Yeah,
super close.
And this is the team variant, I believe.
Yes, the Kubert. I think Kubert did the cover for this one.
Yeah, I think it was a Kubert. I'm gonna check the back. I think it's the Kubert team variant. So a story. Yep. So team variant in the back. See that?
Oh, okay.
Team variant. That means the store had to order 250 copies to get this. Unless the store is ordering like splitting with other comic shops in the area or something. A lot of stores will do that. But yeah, this cover is by far the best one too. But yeah, there you go. I'm going to talk more about this later. So fantastic. Now we're getting into the really good stuff. Keys. Yes. Got to get these this week. Oh my God. Again, I'm like a couple behind you.
Man.
So Detective Comics, I'm just going to say this about the book. Murder Mystery, key issue for this guy, Mr. Worth. His last name is Worth. So his daughter is murdered. And then there's a rage drug going around. I don't think this guy's going to be a big player. This is probably the smallest key of the bunch. This actually probably should have been before Miles Morales. I just messed that one up. So pick it up. That's all I'll say about it. Let's talk about Brzrkr.
we get the origin of Brzrkr
coming up,
and wow, it's a truly bloody origin, and we see it as pretty much out of desperation. He was created.
Yes, it's so good. It's so good. It doesn't disappoint.
No.
They could have blown this whole thing.
Yes.
They could have ruined it with a crappy origin story.
Yeah.
His origin story is amazing. It's amazing.
Yes. I just love how his family's like, no, not yet. But I don't want to spoil too much.
I know. I don't.
But,
I'm keeping it all inside.
But and toward the end, the fight scenes, holy crap!
Just as bloody. God. You know what's funny is as I was reading it, I thought, man, I really like the gore in the first one, and they don't disappoint. It just you got to wait for it a little bit.
Get a little get teased, but
it's so good.
It's fantastic.
It's so good.
Yes.
I cannot wait to keep reading this. This is probably my favorite book of the year so far.
But like I said, 1 through 4 for me, it's just so close. I mean, it's so damn good.
I mean, it really is. This is my favorite book. I can't think of another book I've enjoyed as much as I'm enjoying Brzrkr. It's such a huge, pleasant surprise. Okay, let's get to the next one.
Number 2.
Oh man, yours made it way up there.
Batman, Superman, number 17.
Marvels. So we already talked about Marvels a little bit. That was in your skip it's.
Yeah.
You didn't like it because the stories didn't connect.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the next issue of them all. I'm pretty sure they're all going to start connecting because they all show up in the same place in the beginning. There's a ton of new characters in this. You have to buy this because of the new characters. One of the characters, Alex Ross designed the character. His design pages are in the back of it. That's no small thing when they ask Alex Ross to design a character. He's going to have some legs to him. You got to pick this up for the key value alone. And I really enjoyed the story. I'm really hoping by issue 2, you're going to say it totally redeemed itself.
Kurt
and you'll be happy.
He's a good writer. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think it's building to something huge, and you got to pick it up. So go ahead with Batman, Superman.
Both covers for this were fantastic.
Yes.
But I went with Ivan Reis because I love Ivan Reis.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. The story continues from the previous issue where our worlds are colliding in a 1940s movie serial world, but we find out who's pulling the strings, which is the first appearance of that character.
Yep.
And in this world, it's very.
What was his name again? What do you call himself?
I
can't remember the. Yeah. Oh man, it's kind of
only dropped once.
Yeah. He says it once or twice. Yeah, I can't remember. I'm gonna look while you're talking.
Okay. The world is very disturbing. We get new takes on the Joker and the Penguin in this.
The Joker's terrifying.
Holy crap! It is incredibly messed up.
He's terrifying.
This is in my opinion, this is the best illustrated comic right now at DC.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Ivan Reis, to me, he is up there with Clayman and Brett Booth in regards to the guys I want drawing all my superhero comics.
Yeah.
And the action sequences are second to none. And after hearing about how cheap DC has gotten on their interior art pages for their artists, they got to be spending the big bucks on Ivan Reis for this because he cannot be cheap. I mean, they stick out. These pages stick out from everything else at DC right now.
So there's really 2 characters. One's the archivist,
yeah.
And then there's another one. I'm just going to find it again. I'm looking at it right here. I don't want to show it.
And after reading this, I really want a whole series based around Superman and Batman in the 1940s serials.
Yeah.
With Ivan Reis drawing it. It's fantastic. I grew up watching those serials when I was a kid, and they brought back a lot of those member berries. I don't want to spoil too much, even though I probably did spoil a lot. Great cliffhanger at the end. I highly recommend this.
Arturio. Arturio. Like Artur, like he's the writer.
Right.
The Artur. Yeah. Super good. Yeah. It's I love this. I was so surprised. I haven't liked Batman Superman since Michael Turner was drawing the covers.
Yes.
And Supergirl was evil and stuff. That's the last time I liked it. Super good. I can't recommend it enough.
I'm gonna be hunting down for some of those Ivan Reis pages because I want some of these.
They're so good.
Yes.
So good. Okay, so next one.
At number 1.
Yeah, getting into some cool stuff. Number 1. So I have a bunch of stuff I'm gonna talk about when we get to number 1.
Okay.
Which is here in a minute.
Okay.
Okay. So my number 1 is
Beta Ray Bill.
Beta Ray Bill. Wow, you really like that.
I love Beta Ray Bill.
Okay, so before you jump into that, Robin, just like I said, guys, it's so good because Robin thinks he's a little badass and he thinks he's a shit and he's a cocky little shit and he always has been. And he hunts down a way to get to this island where the super tournament is, and they've been hiding it from him. And there's tons of new first appearances. The interior art is absolutely beautiful.
Yes. The
pacing in the story is perfect. There's the shocker at the end. You can't wait to see the next one. It's so good to have a good Robin series. We haven't had a good Robin series
5, 6
ever.
years, 10 years.
I mean,
Chuck Dixon was writing it.
Yeah, and even that was kind of like nothing significant really happened in it. Last time I enjoyed a Robin story was probably Death in the Family.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm really enjoying this one. Really enjoying it. Go ahead for Beta Ray Bill.
Beta Ray Bill number 2. Daniel Warren Johnson's artwork, once again, is simply ridiculous in this.
Yeah.
I love it. There's one double splash page spread that's simply beautiful, just showing off the entire interior.
The cutaway of Scuttlebutt. Yes.
Yes.
I studied that page forever.
Yes.
I studied that page. I was like, there he is. Then he's
He's
going
up. Yeah.
There's lots of little hidden Easter eggs in there. He's a pinball room in there, and he has a uniform
ping
room,
pong and everything,
a weapons room. I wanted to zoom in on it with a magnifying glass and look at it. So good.
And like you said, Scourge shows up, and I was expecting some. I don't know about this, but
yeah, me too.
But at the same time, it leads to showing how much of a friend Scourge wants to be to Bill. How much he sympathizes with Bill, because he saw from Valhalla what he went through. It's like, dude, I'm your bro, man. I'm here for you.
Yeah. He's like, I'm your wingman.
I'm your wingman. Yeah, it's great. He's like, let's be a wingman.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And they're literally going to go to hell. He's going to hell with them for this.
Oh man, when they go through, so they have to go through this huge, the way that's drawn, that portal.
Yes.
With the castle guarding it in space. It's a space castle guarding like this red black hole portal. I was like, yes. Oh my God, this is so exciting to read this book.
One last thing with this, there's a great fight scene in a bar. And there's one fight scene there's one move that Beta Ray Bill does on one guy.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's probably the first time I've ever seen that in a comic. I'm like,
it's like a wrestling move.
Yes, it is.
It's like a wrestling move.
F yes, that is awesome. Highest recommend. So much fun.
It's super cool.
Yes.
So okay, Rob. So I have a few things I'm gonna talk about. All right. So Brzrkr is my number one. Okay. And then I'm gonna put this over here.
Yep.
So let's talk about this. Let's talk about these two books. Brzrkr is so good. It's ridiculous. I already raved about how fantastic it is. It's my number one pick overall, hands down. Brzrkr. It's my favorite book of the year so far. That's saying a lot because we read a crap ton of comics, and I just absolutely love it. Now, some of you may have heard they came out. Boom said this little card was inside of some comics, right? And they said if you bring your copy of number 2 in and show your receipt for number 1 when you buy number 2, you'll get a free copy of Something's Killing the Children 8th print. Well, retailers are going, okay, cool, awesome. Are you going to send me those for free? And they're like, nope, we're going to send them to you in a 3-to-1 ratio. So for every 3 of number 2 that you order, we'll send you 1 copy of this book. And we're going, how's that going to work? How's that going to work? Like, I will have every single customer, as soon as they announce this printing to this fire, it's a great cover, number 1. Number 2, this series is hot as all hell, right? It's amazing how good the series is. Everybody's going to want it. So all the retailers complained. Well, they came back and said, okay, here's our solution. Now we're going to give you don't have to go back and reorder anything. For every 2 copies you ordered of Brzrkr number 2, we're going to send you 1 of these. So this is now a 2-to-1 ratio. However, they announced the print run of this. They said the print run is probably 75,000, which is, they said it's bigger than all 7 print runs combined of 1 through 7, 1st through 7th print. Wow. It's bigger than all that combined. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. That's what the owner of Boom came out and made an announcement saying that. But this book is still going for $25 to $30, which is crazy. Yeah. Either the price is going to drop on this or the other printing prices are going to go up, because if this thing is selling out everywhere, we're almost sold out of what we got already. We're almost sold out. We ordered a crap ton. We got a crap ton. We did 0 pre-sales. We started selling these books today. And we're almost sold out of them. If you can find a store that's going to give it away to you, what we're doing locally at Comics Elite, if you bought the store physically in person and you walk in, if you buy number 2 and you bought number 1, we're going to give you a free copy of this. We're going to do it. It's impossible to track online. Hey, I bought number 2 from your website. I'm on number 1, and we don't have enough. we don't have enough copies. It's a 2-to-1. We don't have enough. So if you buy it locally in store, in supporting local LCSs and all that stuff, we're going to give one for free, no problem. Otherwise, we're offering these different deals and bundles. There's some probably, long story short, you can figure them out on our website if there's any still left. Okay. And the last thing I want to talk about is this, is the foil.
Foily.
Oh my God, this book.
There it is.
This book has been a nightmare for retailers. Okay. Here's why. This is not available. It's not for sale. This is already sold. When I'm done here, I'm going to bring it back downstairs so my girls don't yell at me, and they're going to ship it to a customer. We pre-sold. So these are limited to 10,000. Print run limited to 10,000. They were allocated. Allocated means we only get half of what we ordered, right? Or well, a percentage of what we ordered. Maybe not half. We don't know. I tried to order 5,000 copies of this book. We pre-sold over 2,000 copies of this book. We only got 50 copies of this book. 50 copies. To be fair, what we did as for the website, we said everybody, the first 50 people to order the book, some people ordered 1, some people ordered 200. The first 50 people to order the book will each get 1 copy. The fairest way I could think to do it was to do it that way. There are a lot of unhappy people. I'm sorry. I had to make a call. It's what I did. We got 50 out of 5,000. We pre-sold 2,000. That's how we did it. So 50 people are getting 1 copy. That's it, guys. So if you could, this book's going for like $200 right now. So if you can find it, good luck. And I believe the third print of this or another foil one was the same way, also allocated. People are hardly getting any of it. It's going to be super hard to find. So Brzrkr, I think Boom wasn't ready for the success of Brzrkr. They offered the 1/1000 signed by Keanu Reeves. That was handled very well. I'm not crapping on Boom. I also publish comics. I know how a lot of decisions have to be made. It's very difficult to do. But they handled that very well. The 1/1000 signed by Keanu Reeves. They went straight from Boom to CGC. We got our shipment back in. They were all 9.8s. All of our customers got 9.8 books. They're going for like $3,000 now. We pre-sold them for, I think it was 1,000, maybe 1,200. I can't remember what it was, but congratulations to them. We were taken care of very well on that as retailers. They offered full returnability on all Brzrkrs. They knew they were going to be taking a bath on those. A ton of guys were ordering them just to get the 1/1000. Then they're going to return a bunch of them later on, which I think is crap. But the popularity has been showing. We're not returning a single copy of. I'll tell you the numbers. We ordered 13,000 Brzrkr. That's how many we sold. We sold about half of those up front, and then we ordered the rest for the 9.8s for the 1/1000 signed by Keanu. We had 13 of them. We had 13,000. We're not returning a single copy. We're not doing any returns on those. We're going to be able to sell all of them. We still do have some left, but we know with subsequent issues, when 4, 5, and 6 comes out, people are still going to want number 1. So we're just holding on to them to be able to sell them. So Brzrkr has been a hit. Thanks to Boom. And come on, Boom, can you do a little better too at the same time? Like, I understand the challenges, but they've been in communication with us. They're trying to do good things. I'm never mad at anybody for innovating. And this was a very innovative thing to do. Any retailer complaining about this, they have no space to complain about this because it's going to wind up working in retailers. And as long as the retailers are handling it the right way, they're going to work in the consumer's favor as well. We have bundles of these available. If you buy 1 and 2, either paper or foil, you get the whole bundle for like $25 or $22, including this book. So there's a little rant about this. I didn't want to do a whole separate video about the Brzrkrs and the Sikt and all the stuff. As always, thank you guys. We just hit 3,000 subs. You guys are fantastic. Please do us a favor, help support us, man. Get the word out there about what we're doing. Share the video. We always say like and subscribe. That's great. Hit the little share down there, little share arrow, and just share it to your personal Facebook page so your other comic fans can see it. Share it to your favorite comic book group. Share it to Instagram. Share it wherever you want to share it. We really appreciate it. Comment on the video. You can win all of my top 10 picks, not including these. this will be included in my top 10s.
And this will, one of these two picked by Shawn will be in the giveaway.
This will not be included because we're sold out. And this Brzrkr foil will be included also. And one of those. So you get a big, massive winning here, guys. Okay. So comment on the video. Love your support. You guys are fantastic. I love this community. I'm Shawn.
This is Drew.
Yes, he is. Until next time, I'm going to end this video while I say this, if I can find it. Where'd it go? Where's my mouse? Here we go. Buy what you like.